Hi, thanks so much for joining me for this video. My name is Leanne, and today I am going to share with you my direct sowing of my carrots and other root vegetables. Okay, so this is what we're working with here. We've got scarlet Nantes carrots, golden ball turnip, French breakfast radish, and American purple top rutabaga, which looks a lot like a turnip. It's just a little after 8 in the morning right now, and I actually do not plan to sow these seeds right at this moment. It will be in this video, but I'm going to make my plan with you of where I'm going to sow these seeds, and then I am going to come back in the evening, actually sow the seeds and water them in so that they're set for the evening. Now, I have a strategy that I learned last year to sow carrot seeds and radish seeds together. And the reason is carrot seeds will dry out really quickly. You usually just put those on the surface of the soil and then water them in. And because of that, they're exposed to the air, wind, they dry out really quickly. And if you sow radish seeds alongside the carrots, the radish seeds sprout super quickly and help shade the soil and protect it from drying out too quickly so that the carrots have more of a fighting chance. I know a lot of people put a board down on top of their carrots. I don't have just a bunch of boards that I can put down to keep the soil moist, so I can't do that. I'm going to do the carrots and radishes together for giving my carrots the best chance of germinating. Side quest, I wanted to look at this zucchini plant. Look at all of those flowers on there. No female flowers, but there's a lot on there. We'll see if I get any zucchini from that. I've got a bunch more down the way. Okay, so I'm actually going to, I just brought these out here to show you, but I'm going to take them inside for the day so that just in case it rains, they don't get wet. Guys, these marigolds, just look at them. Look at this one. So pretty. This time of year, I am not putting in the work to draw out the whole garden plan and pick and make sure I have every single little square inch filled with plants, because I am not working with so much of a blank space, and that just doesn't really work with the way that my mind works. I will draw out the whole garden plan in the winter while I'm anticipating the spring garden. So this time of year, I'm just kind of trying to fill in the gaps that I have with also trying to remember the next round of things that I want to get in the garden. So for me, that is my brassicas. I have those still all on my seed starting shelf. They're still a little bit too young to get in the garden. And right now we're going to evaluate the space that I have and where we're going to be planting things. Okay, so this bed right here, each of these beds is about 4 feet wide. And that means that I could potentially put 4 rows of things depending on how big they are. Now, the brassicas are kind of big once they're matured, so I don't want to put 4 rows of things. What I think I'm going to do is do 2 rows of brassicas on the far side. Obviously, like, I'll make room for these beans. These beans are bush beans. I thought they were going to be pole beans, but they're not. So this little section is bush beans, and those are going to be fine right there. I'll still plant the brassicas down the whole row, but these beans will be out of here by the time the brassicas get big, so it won't be a big deal. And for my root vegetables, I'm trying not to face the light because it's so bright right now. I'll put a row of root vegetables right on the edge right here. I'll do the radishes and the carrots together for as much of those are the ones that I want the most of. And then the rutabagas and the turnips, I really don't think I will have an issue with making room for everything. I just really want to baby those carrot seeds so that they germinate and I get a lot of carrots. I'll probably end up buying another couple packets of carrot seeds too, so that I have some successions of those. But let's take a look a little closer. Don't mind my shadow. So here's what I'm saying. Root veggies, and then 2 rows of brassicas down this way. And I'll have them be staggered. I'll be able to do that down this whole row because this one is mostly empty. I've got some random potatoes coming up, that weren't harvested when I did the initial potato harvest. Oh my gosh, there are so many butterflies in the garden right now, and it is really distracting me. So I think this one's called a painted lady. She's so pretty. Okay. Over here, I'm probably gonna just pull up this cantaloupe plant. It's not gonna be giving me any more cantaloupes this year, and I got plenty. So there's nothing else sown in this section. I can do the same thing. I can do root vegetables along the edge right here, and maybe even along the edge over there, both sides, and then just one row of brassicas down the middle of this bed. Gosh, these marigolds. Look, this one got so heavy, it's split. I love the marigolds. They're so beautiful. All right, we're going to be facing the light for a little bit over here. I can't really get the camera to focus on her that much. I got a big orb weaver spider right there. I don't like it. Don't like it. Too big. All right, this space is about the same story as the other side, though I don't think I'm going to have enough carrot seeds to do more than one bed since I just have that one package. This bed is way more filled up. I've got these huge marigolds. I've got bush beans, squash, going basically down the whole thing. Oh man, little baby cilantro. Look at that. Hey. Now down this row, I've got some sugar snap peas growing up here that are going to crawl up the fence. And those will be here until the frost. But they won't get in the way either. I'll still do the 2 rows of brassicas down this bed and then root vegetables along the edge. I think that'll look the best. It'll be full, and as the brassicas get taller, the root vegetables will stay shorter, so like the contrast and the height I think will look really nice. I'm trying to be more conscious of the composition of the garden, I guess. It's going to be pretty, and it's going to give me food. I need to do some weeding already. All right. So there's the plan, you guys. Root vegetables along the edges and leaving room in the middle for the brassicas. I will see you later today when I actually execute this plan. Okay, I'm back. I just sprayed on all of these beds really good so that we're working with a wet surface. That'll help keep the seeds from getting blown away.
Hello.
Hey, I love you. That'll help keep the seeds from blowing away. It's a little breezy today. I don't really think we have to worry about it too much, but it's just in case. All right, let's get these seeds in the ground. Okay, we're gonna start this row with the carrots and the radishes. Got a few weeds in here. Get that out of here. Okay, so carrot seeds are super tiny. This bag has 700 seeds in it. Thank you to MI Gardener. I really like their seeds. If you need a good seed company to go to, I recommend them. I'm not like affiliated or anything. I'm not that big yet, but the seeds are super tiny, so they're able to fit so many. If I could get even 100 carrots, that would be amazing. So what I'm gonna do first is try to distribute these carrot seeds sparingly so that I don't waste any. Like, I also want to sow them kind of thick so that the row gets filled out, but not so thick that they're so crowded together if they do all sprout. Let's go. Here we go with the radishes. This is French breakfast radish, and there's approximately 250 seeds in here. Should be good. I'm also gonna sow these pretty thick so that when they do germinate, they shade the soil so that the carrot seeds do not dry up too quickly. I also had these radish seeds. I don't remember the variety, but I've had these for forever. I bought them when I was trying to do more microgreens. So all I know is that they're a little more of a classic radish shape. The French breakfast radish is a little more elongated. So I'm gonna sow these too. And since these are so old, though they're still good, just in case the germination rate has declined a bit. I mean, they're 5 years old. They should still be fine. But the germination rate does decline a little bit with everything every year. So I'm gonna sow these a little more thickly than the French breakfast radish and finish off this row. Okay, I've just got these golden ball turnips and rutabagas. I'm gonna do the turnips in this row that's mostly open, and then the rutabagas I'm gonna put in these 2 rows to my right that have a lot of things already in them. So I'm just gonna fill them in the gaps between these 2 beds, and it should work out perfectly. They're so tiny. All right, here we go. I have a side quest. I just want to show you this really quick because it's so pretty. I love these kinds of flowers. They look like orchids. They're little bean blossoms. So pretty. Goes all the way up. I've got more beans growing over here trying to grow up the rake. I can't have that. We're about to be swimming in beans. These are blue like pole beans from seeds that I saved myself a couple years ago. Full of blossoms. Anyway. Okay, the side quest is over. I just finished sowing all of the seeds. I'm gonna water them in really quick and then be done in the garden for the night. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this video and letting me gush about my garden to you, all the exciting things that are going on. So much fun. I have little by little, if you've noticed, been working on laying cardboard and wood chips so the garden is looking more tidy. And this side of the garden is stressing me out a little bit, honestly. Hold on, let me focus on it. So this is all the pumpkin. And I don't want to kill the pumpkin plants because I've got a bunch over there, a bunch of pumpkins set on the vines that if I mow down right here, it's going to kill them. Also, I think that this section is sweet potato. So whenever I do mow all this down, my plan is to dig this up and see if I've got any tubes under there, tubers. Anyways, side quest number 2 is over. Let's water in these seeds and then call it a night. All right, that's a wrap, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. If you could take a second to like, share, and subscribe, I'd appreciate it so much. And with that, happy gardening.